Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to some more Diablo 2. We're in Nightmare mode because I got tired of playing in normal mode off camera. I got tired of grinding, so it's time we get into the real shit, alright? So, our gear really hasn't changed a whole lot. I swapped out that rare for this 30 life and magic find. I built an Ancient's Pledge. We're using Ice Blink. It's not great, but it's got some decent resistance on it. Night Smoke. This is just a nice all-res. It's just okay. I found a Naggle Ring. I could do better, but it's magic fine. So, that's all there is to it. Still have these shitty boots and greaves. I've kind of adjusted our charms a bit, mainly life, and lightning res. I could replace that later. That's not great. Nothing in the cube. We got 41 now. Pretty much starting Nightmare with fantastic resistance, so this is going to be very easy. At least till we get some different gear. And of course, our man Razan, he's got some new stuff. Nothing really too crazy. His resistances are a little botched, but not worried about him. We're gonna get rid of him soon, so... Anyways, here's our skills. I haven't really done anything crazy. We're at 11 in Fanaticism. I haven't touched Sacrifice at all yet. So... Alright, we're in Nightmare mode now. So this should go a lot faster. Oh, thank God. Here's the stash. I'm still working on getting a soul rune for Spirit, I believe. Or Lore. I can't remember which. I did take some time... And I got some decent, like, items from Magic Find for later. Just some basic ones. That's a nice ring. This was the old ring I was using before I got this. This is just a plain belt. I might actually imbue that early on here. Maybe. I should sell that. I don't actually need this. Before I forget about doing it, right? Hi there. I'm Charcy. I'm so cool. Anyways. Yeah, just some set pieces here. We've got some Civerbs. I took some time out of my day to organize all this. Well, not all of it, not my uniques, but... Actually, I haven't found any crazy uniques, really. I found this nice, but I think I found this on camera. I can't remember. There is the wonderful Face of Horrors. Starting to get some good gems. I found this, I think, off camera, and this Razor Switch. And of course, I put some, I got all my Eisenhearts found. Not really useful, but it's nice to have. And, got rid of any dupes I had, so... Oops, that's not what I wanted. And I think then the big one tab is getting bigger. I love how in MedianXL these are just called the big one. So, yeah, I think we're ready to kick some ass again. Alright, so... Nightmare... in Diablo 2 is kind of a big deal, right? I can't hardly hear anything. There we go. I couldn't hear anything because my volume was low, but yeah, so Nightmare in Diablo 2 is a pretty big deal. So as you can see, our first monsters we encountered are already uniques, and look how much damage they're doing. So, yes, we're going to start encountering a hell of a lot more dangerous things. We're going to start encountering dual immunities. Yes, you can get a physical immunity, but it's very rare. I think that was actually patched out a long time ago, too. So, the magic now is we can actually start getting semi-decent items that aren't completely hot trash, which is amazing. So, I remember the first time I played Nightmare, I walked out here into Bloodmoor and got my shit pushed in by a quill rat, and it's Flava Flav! What's up, gangsta? I'm just gonna get my good old-fashioned waypoint going. But, now that we have access to, you know, generally better loot. So if you look on, like, any Diablo wiki, there's like 3. You can find you know, lists of area levels and stuff, I want you to notice the massive gap in, like, Act 1 to Act... Sorry, not Act 1. But, like, area levels for areas in Nightmare and Normal. It's pretty... it's substantial, man. It's a pretty big difference, so... Essentially, I can, at this point in the game, you have to stop doing, you know, normal eventually if you want to get better items, but if you really want to, you're going to need to get, like, at least level 35 plus, I'd say. 40 is a good stopping point. I'd say once you start feeling like you can comfortably kill Bale in normal is when you want to actually start Nightmare. So maybe level 40 or so. You can technically do it longer, but it's the diminishing returns, man. That's what you want to make sure you're keeping in mind. Like, theoretically, this cave in Den of Evil can drop something as good as Bale's drop table in normal. So you have to remember that. Eventually, you need to push up and forward. Because if you're not doing yourself any favor. You're just basically, you know, wasting time. So I figured I might as well start Nightmare today. It's pretty early. Our AC is still broken. It's really early in the morning. It's 9 right now. Yeah. And I figured before it gets really hot, I gotta do an oil change on my car later today. So I have to do that later. It's not essential. It's still pretty, you know... You can go, like, a long time without actually having to do that. It's sad that I know this, too. Let me... There we go. My mic cable's a little bit iffy. My voice is really scratchy, I'm sorry. It's because we have so much smoke, and I had to have the windows open to record, or sorry, to just, you know, not die. Oh, there we go, that's better. It's just that cable, man, I hate it. I don't have a wireless headset, I just have this. So, let's turn that down a bit. Now it's too loud, ugh! I gotta get the Goldilocks standard here, right? So, once again, doing Den of Evil. This really shouldn't be hard. However, you'll notice there's some new procs. Enemies can start getting pretty tanky at this point in the game. And if you're playing as a sorceress, you're gonna start realizing, oh shit, this is pretty brutal. Because enemies will start getting immunities pretty fast. I don't think after... Well, after Act 1... the early bit of Act 1, you're gonna start encountering a lot more immunes. So you gotta really make sure, and I mean really make sure you're ready to go into Act 1 in Nightmare. It's not as hard as Hell, obviously, but it's still just as challenging if you're not careful. Oh, of course, it's one monster left. It's the damn curse of Den of Evil. It really is. They're probably up here. Okay. So, also because I don't have the time or the patience to fucking grind out one more level from Bale, I can just do this. I am a car, vroom vroom, and I get my free skill point. So, basically, a free level up. So there's that. Okay, so let's actually deposit some of this crap. And... I'm just using page 10 for now. I'm not really worried about it. And those of you who are familiar with Diablo, you'll know that saving rejuvenation potions for big raids, especially in, like, harder areas, like Act 5 and 4, they're just way faster. It's why I'm saving so many. I'm gonna take some coffee in. Man, there's just... It's just so much smoke, it's ridiculous. I'm in Oregon, if you don't know. And by God, man, California is our neighbor. That's a big problem. So, we get all their wildfires whenever they happen. It's pretty awful. Oh, that's what I was worried about. I was like, there's something causing something. Okay, so you're gonna start noticing right off the bat in Nightmare that... Oh, man. If that killed Razan, that can easily kill me. Oh, fuck. Okay, let's get Razan back. I don't want to deal with this shit on my own. You'll start noticing that enemies are going to be way more common as packs of enemies rather than just single mob units now. I mean, they kind of already are, but my point is that you're going to start noticing enemy packs are almost always going to be pretty likely to be at least uniques or just really brutal, so I'll look at that later. I'm not worried about it right this second. The biggest thing you're going to want to start doing in Nightmare is, before you even go into it, make sure your resistances are like mine right now. Make sure they're maxed. If you don't have max resistance, it's going to be a pain in the ass. And you're like, well, Seth, wait a minute, didn't you say that when you hit Nightmare, your resistances take a drop? They do. I just prepared for it. So, there's that. Oh my god. So, you're going to start noticing mobs have very common, annoying procs. Lightning is probably the most dangerous. I strongly suggest getting 2 resistances to the max. This is going to be lightning and cold. Lightning because it's a very, very, very common proc on enemies. And because the way lightning works off of enemies when it discharges is so fucking dangerous. Yeah, you're going to want lightning and cold. Cold is because you want to not have to get frozen. You'll hear a lot of players actually get gear that reduces the ability to be frozen or halves duration. I agree, that's very, very useful. And you want to make sure that your character isn't getting gimped. So I recommend going into Nightmare with at least all... Well, it's debatable because of rares, but at least decent rares. And at least... Oh god, he's gonna... Okay, that wasn't too bad. Like, decent rares, or at least some half-decent uniques. So you want to at least make sure your gear's good. I'm really not one to talk, considering I've had the same boot since, like, Act 2 normal, but whatever. Things go by a lot faster in Nightmare, I will say that. So it's going to be a little bit less grinding involved if you're doing this correctly. That's not to say you're not going to grind. This is Diablo, man. You're going to grind whether you want to or not. Alright, there's the burial grounds. That was pretty fast.
Holy place has been desecrated.
Desecrated. Alright, I think Bloodraven should be okay. I don't think I'm too worried about her. I can't remember what her proc she can get is, but it's probably not that bad. I think she just stays fast, which is a lot easier because we have enhanced movement speed. So, you're going to notice you're going to start going through very quickly. In Act 1, at least. I am going to do these dungeons as well, because, I mean, I'm not going to do, like, an hour worth of Tristram grinding, because there's no point. But, I mean, you can if you want to. I mean, you could still do the same strategies I employed in the last difficulty. And I do recommend it, but you don't have to do it as often. Ugh. That's probably garbage. Oh, wait, I don't have Deckard Cain yet, that's right. I have to actually do things myself. Gross. We'll put that in the corner then, because I don't want to deal with it, man. What does Kashaya give me? Oh yeah, she gives you the dudes, or the chicks, or whatever. So, okay. I don't need that. I just need my Razan, okay? Razan is all I need. That sounds like very poetic. So yeah, the main thing you're gonna start worrying about is less, like, areas and more about area, like, procs, I guess. Like, if you have an area that you know has certain enemies that have certain things, like Act 2 is lightning resistance, Act 1 is gonna be mainly just straight up damage, Act 3, poison, whatever, like... After a while, you're just going to start focusing on those things alone and not really progress until you actually take care of it. Now, one thing I will say, the hardest part of Act 1 is getting out of Act 1. Not because Andariel's hard, but because Andariel has a very unique drop at this point in the game. So, those of you unfamiliar with the item, Andariel drops the Stone of Jordan, very common in Nightmare. Not so much in, probably Hell. It's probably about the same, actually, all things considered. But, maybe higher, I don't know. But Nightmare Andariel is the very first drop table you can encounter this. But, she can commonly drop, a SOJ with a chance of about 1 in 100, I think is what it is. But, that's not the chest I wanted. So I will try to get one off camera because that, to me, is actually very good. So, like I said, she can drop basically the same things that Bale would drop, which is very contradictive, I know, but that's just the magic of, Nightmare. So, you gotta remember, you can go back to normal if you really want to. Is that good Gothic plate? Oh, what the hell do I have too much of? I have too much of everything. Alright, whatever. Let's take that Gothic plate with us and sell it, because it's good money. Oh, shit. Wow, I'm definitely keeping that, actually. That's that's good rune word potential, but it's not a great item level. But, yeah, man, if you want to get a half-decent item, make sure you farm Nightmare Andariel a couple of times. She's not the greatest, she doesn't have the greatest drop table I've ever seen, but she does drop very common, decent gear. I mean, just think of this like you're playing Act 1 again, which is, yeah, what I'm doing, but think of it as you're playing Act 1 one more time, and one more time with better loot instead of shit garbage gear. So, I mean, if you really want to, you can farm Andariel over like 300 times and get 2 SOJs if you really want to. I'm not saying that's the best way to play, but it's a good idea because you can totally get a decent item from her at this point. It's not as unlucrative is what I'm trying to say. Like, if I went back to normal Act 1 and killed Andariel, it would be a waste of time. She would drop probably nothing of any value. However, right now, and from this point on in the game, she has a very, very good drop table. That's why I was saying you want to make sure, when you are going into Nightmare, you're doing it at the right time. If your gear is bad, this is going to be fucking impossible. I'm making this probably look very easy, but this is a lot harder than it looks, but this is also because I've made, oh, I don't know, like fucking hundreds of Diablo characters, so, I mean, I haven't done every single character all the way through Hell, obviously. I haven't done every single build there ever was, but I can safely say that before you go into the next difficulty, make damn sure you're ready, because if you're not, it's going to beat the hell out of you, and you're going to be in a really bad time. Also, this is where you can start making some very basic rune words. Perfect, I found it very quick. I don't think I got anything good. So I can recommend killing trash mobs at this point, if only for the experience at this point in the game. I don't do it past, like, Act 2. But, there's definitely a reason to kill enemies at this point, because actually killing, like, really high-level monsters, like uniques and stuff, that is a massive bonus. Like, you'll start to realize really quickly that, like, uniques are the most common way you're going to start getting items again. Because in early, like, normal playthrough, your items are going to be coming from bosses, and more likely, like, you're probably pretty equipped to deal with bosses, right? But, in this mode, like, you also have your cube, so you can store items, you have all your abilities ready, and you can't fight bosses yet. So almost all your early game items are going to come from uniques, like Bishabon, or Bishabon, whatever his name is, things like that. So your items are going to be coming mainly from unique packs, champion packs. Always kill those, like, every single time you see one, unless it's not in your best interest. Like, I have no reason to kill that spear woman. She's just probably going to drop garbage. I'm mainly keeping my eye out for, you know, containers, because containers have the ability... Oh, what the hell, let's kill enemies. That way I'm getting my XP up. I am pretty close to leveling, too. You can still get good items, for sure, but it's not in your best interest. That's what I'm trying to say. Your best interest now is starting to be focusing on bossing and focusing on uniques, because uniques are all... They're going to be your big XP. They're going to be your big moneymaker in XP. So, anything else is just a toy. I'd say the hardest part about Act 1 again is going to be Tainted and Lightning Immune. Tainted, like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, they're those big bull-looking demon lizard things. Those are just fucking awful. I hope I get a good waypoint because, I mean, okay, like right here, this is what I mean. These are what you want to kill. Ignore just trash. Kill champion packs because they're really good. You'll also notice probably by now that enemies are starting to get health regen, and you gotta start adjusting to that. There's actually, I haven't mentioned it, I forgot to say this, but there is a few procs that can stop monster heal. That's pretty good, if you can ever find something that has that on it, but it's not necessary. I would say it's pretty good for certain builds, but for mine, I'm not really worried about it. I'm looking after Crushing Blow. Well, there's our stoner field, but what about our waypoint? Oh, dear God, look how much damage that shit does to him. Well, Razan, my man, doesn't have nearly as much as I do, but Jesus, it's so much damage, dude. It's ridiculous. And when I say minions as well, whenever I'm talking about killing uniques, you want to kill everything in the pack if you can, because it's worth it, man. It really is. Because minions have, I think, what is it, 3 times the amount of XP or something like that? So it's always worth killing everything that's, like, in a pack. Unless it's too dangerous, in which I'll say, don't try it. There's a lot of instances when you're playing a sorceress where you just can't do it. And it happens a lot. It's very fucking irritating. Because... oh boy, there's nothing more fun than when you're playing as a Blizzball source and then all of a sudden you get a cold fire immune and you go, well fuck, and I can't do anything anymore. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's not uncommon, that's the worst part. That's actually pretty close, I'm not going to complain too much about that. And like I said, you also start with the cube, so you're able to actually not have to bank every 10 minutes, it's really nice. So now we gotta get the underground passage. And I'm stoked that I can actually get through this pretty quickly, hopefully. I should be able to get another level up by the time I hit the tree wood. Or tree fist, whatever. I'm pretty excited about that. You'll notice you'll also level a lot faster in Nightmare, because obviously the enemies are harder, they have better, you know, they have better loot, and you also get much more XP. However, here's the big controversy, is when to leave Nightmare. I mean, obviously we just started. Like, we're 20 minutes into Nightmare, and I'm already talking about Hell difficulty, but once you start Nightmare, you really have to realize, at some point, you're gonna have to end it. And when you end it is debatable by each player. For me, I say don't start Nightmare until you have close to endgame gear, and then do it, because it's just not worth the frustration. It's not worth just getting absolutely fucked up just to get to the next difficulty. I recommend it for Nightmare, but I would not recommend it for this. It's a very dangerous giant leap forward. It's not as easy as, oh, you beat the game again. It's the way Diablo 2 is technically considered the game. That's Hell difficulty. So, I don't know, man. Everyone has their own comfort. I personally don't really touch Nightmare until I'm don't touch Hell until I'm 110% ready for it. Because it's tempting, it really is, because you're like, oh, it's just like, you know, what I did earlier, except I can just, you know, cruise control on in like I did in Nightmare. It's not like that, man. It's It's a bit more... It's for the big boys, it really is. It's for making sure you're ready for it. If you're not ready for it, it's gonna be... Yeah, it's gonna be a time, and you don't want to deal with that. I strongly recommend not even touching it for a long time. I'm gonna make sure I'm just moving through this, because I don't want to keep stopping because I have no stamina. That's really annoying. I think the hardest part for Nightmare is just when to end it, because that's, like I said, you want to make sure you have access to almost every single, like, loot table, basically, so you want to make sure you're getting the most out of your buck, and you also can't just leave, because if you leave too early, well, it's not a good time. So, gotta make sure you're getting everything you can out of each difficulty before you go nuts. Where the hell is the cave, man? I just want to go there. Have I missed it and I'm just dumb? Because I feel like I should have found the entrance by now. Or I'm just really tired. I don't know. It doesn't... It's because it doesn't matter, but I'm like, no, it matters. Yeah, the hardest... Oh, there it is. Thank God. I was like, where the fuck is it? The worst part, I think, of Nightmare is Diablo, I think, himself. I think because at that point, it's very easy to get screwed up. He really does put a test on your abilities, and I don't even recommend touching Diablo until you're very ready for it. That's... Oh, Jesus, these are the things I'm the most afraid of. They will do so much damage to you in Hell difficulty, it's unbelievable. I'm not even kidding. Let's watch how much damage they do to me if they hit me. It's gonna be ridiculous. Oh wow, our first, that's probably Saigons, I think. Maybe. It's tempted to look now, but I don't have any... I started taking that book out because it's just... I don't know, because I'm a... Holy shit! Okay, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is Nightmare. This is exactly what it's like all the time. Yeah, let's push through this as carefully as we can here. This is some scary shit. Alright, there we go. I gotta keep my man alive. I'm running out of gold. That's scary, man. Okay, that was pretty... Ugh. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Areas like this are what you start having to worry about. It's not the big open fields and stuff that you gotta worry about. It's your caves and dungeons, because they're so cram-packed you can't really avoid mobs sometimes. They just pile up. So, that's gonna be the big roadblock, is also gonna be archer-type enemies. I noticed a lot of archer-type enemies tend to slow me down. That's just all around every difficulty. But once you get to Act 2, you start to really feel the brutality of how horrible archer enemies actually are. And it's just, you'll want to scream when you get hit by them, because you'll see your health just go brrr, gone. And if you're not building your character correctly, it's just horrible. But I love it. I love the rush, I guess, of playing through Nightmare. Because it's very quick. I'd say... It's maybe only a quarter of the length of vanilla, like normal, because, well, obviously you're not having to get gear again. You are, but it's not the same style, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, Darkwood. Dope! Okay. Oh, please. Alright, watch my health. So, it doesn't matter what their procs are. Okay, Curse is fine. I'm not worried about that at all. But yeah, that shit will just annihilate you. It really will. Okay, this... Oh, fuck. Alright, let's be not dead. I told you I wasn't kidding. That looks like mana burn. I'm pretty damn sure. Shit. And those corpse bombs, when they die for fire, that can also be a very, very scary thing to get hit up in. If you don't have good fire res, it's almost a one-hit kill. It's absolutely unavoidable at that point. If you're I'm dead serious, man. If you don't have good resistances, you're gonna really feel it in Nightmare. You're gonna feel it in any difficulty, but especially in Nightmare, because you'll realize how actually... This is why I say Diablo 3 is shitty, is like, resistances don't matter. Like, in Diablo 2, if you got a gear piece that had like plus 20 to all res, and you just like went, holy shit, yes, because you needed that. In Diablo 2, it's like, oh, just have more damage, man. I hate that. That is the most irritating thing to me. I really hate that. I love getting gear that makes you feel like you're actually invested in your character. That's how it should be. You should feel at all times connected to your character in some way. Not like you have to be, I have to be Butterfinger, but I mean, I like the feeling of knowing that my work and my input and my knowledge has developed my character. That's part of the ultimate RPG experience. Okay, this... Oh, shit. Okay, he got mana burn. I don't think he normally has that. Oh, fuck. Okay. Good, good, yes. Okay, perfect. That was... That could have been really ugly really fast. Alright, let's get Kain out of that shithole of Tristram. Magic. Okay, let's not die. Ugh. I think that's my neighbors. I don't know if... I'm pretty sure it's our neighbors. It's not a huge deal, but it's just funny. I can hear it. I'm like, what the hell is that? Anyways, go bring this to Akara, and she'll be like, hey, it's a scroll! It's got doodads on it. And now we can go get Kain. Thank God. So I'm pretty happy with that distance. It's not very far. But it's okay. I think there was a gem drop. I'm not 100% sure. Ho, 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 ho. Told you I could hear that. Yeah, it's crazy. This game is like 99% sound cues for me. Alright, let's go ahead and feel up the stones. Let's feel up these big phallic rocks. Okay. And if you're interested in my perspective on the new Diablo 2 remaster, I really don't care. Not that I care about Blizzard as a company after what they've been pulling, but...
What a tragic end to Tristram.
Yeah, what a tragic end. I just don't really care. I mean, I've played Diablo 2 for how many years now? And does it... Oh, shit. Alright, let's take care of that unique path. Oh, fucking hell. Alright. I'll let them go on my man Razan and trying to get rid of Griswold. I mean, you can just bolt in and... Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Alright, let's use the big brain here. Help! Let's do this. Alright. Let's just not get caught up in that pile of garbage. Oh my god. This is why I was saying rejuvenation potions, big deal. Nope, done, run, fuck it. No, don't even keep trying. That is death if I keep staying in there. I've died on camera once, I think, so far, but I'm not gonna do it to that. That's really shitty.
Good to see you.
I don't know where that's coming from. It's not... 1 second. It was LGR! Oh! I was like, that's not my neighbors. Oh my god, I fell asleep watching LGR. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. I heard that voice, and as I got closer, I realized it was LGR. He was just on my computer. Me and him hang out all the time. Please note I'm being sarcastic. I don't actually know Clint from LGR. I wish I did. He's a pretty fantastic guy. But, no, I had it on autoplay. I was like, what the hell is that? It's amazing. I just noticed it now. I was like, wow. That sounds familiar. Okay, so, let's take care of this bullshit first. So, like I said, you always want to kill uniques if it's in your best interest in... Oh my god, you see what I mean? Right there, that damage, man. That is what I was talking about. It is not fucking around damage. It really is. Okay, so thanks. Razan, you're the glue that holds me together. I just want you to know that. We're gonna have to get rid of Razan soon, and I'm sad that I have to do that. Oh man. All good things have to come to an end. Poor Razan. Just poor Razan. Should we give him a cake, you know, or something? I don't know. This is gonna be shit. I don't want to get hit. Don't want to die. I would love to get an elite version. Oh, that's what I forgot to mention too, is you can start finding elite versions of items that are the same uniques, but they have better item properties.
Leave quickly.
Leave quickly. Not as good as Necromancers. Necromancers is my favorite. If you value your life, you will run. Alright, let's go ahead and identify all of our crap too. Because we have gotten a couple of decent things, so... Oh, what am I doing? You know I'm serious when I'm putting shit in this cube. I'm kind of interested in the charms, really. They're always after me, lucky charms. But yeah, we can start getting elite. We can also start getting exceptional. Oh, it's Berserker. Oh, that's something, I guess. What's this all about? It's good damage reduce. Fucking, let me just have a stroke. It's good damage reduction, but it's not very good. That's a very shit ring. I've been doing recycling, trying to get a plus. Holy shit! Okay, yes. Wow. That is going in the pile. Okay, we're putting that in our main stack. That's awesome, man. Wow. That is a fantastic charm. That is awesome. I mean, it's not the greatest, but for what the difficulty is right now and where we're at, that's just great shit, man. Wow. That's not like that fucking great value charms that we've been finding. This is like the fucking big boy charms, okay? This is really bad. I don't want that. So, let's go ahead and go back to Stonerfield. Oh, fuck, I didn't get the damn waypoint. Oh, you're shitting me, man. Well, that just blows giant, big ol' fat willies. Okay. That's not cool. I didn't mean to do that either. That was 100% a me problem. I was like, oh look, there's the tree, let's and then fucking just go straight there. Good thinking, Seth, good thinking. You fucking... Fuck you. I don't know, that's just not cool. Not a fan of when that happens. Because I do actually always suggest finding waypoints. At least initially, the ones you know you're gonna want. I don't get every waypoint in the game until Hell difficulty because of area-specific areas. Area-specific fucking, you know what I mean. I'm just really tired, dude. It's been a hell of a week. I worked from, like, 7 to 6:30, like, oh, Jesus. Not yesterday, but it's pretty brutal, man. It's the heat. It's the heat that is getting to me. It really is. It's because we don't have any AC and there's so much smoke outside, and I have to keep the windows open, and it's just... I'm about to yell at the people that are supposed to be out here, because I'm going to tell them, hey, you dickhole, I have asthma. I can't breathe. What makes you not get that through your head? Because I called the property management yesterday, and they're like, oh, they haven't called you yet? And I'm like, no. And it's been a week since they called me, and I don't have their number because they never called me initially. They just showed up one day. They're like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And they're like, "Oh, yep, shit's broken. We'll come out and fix it." And then they just said, "All right then," and then they never came back. So that's the magic of renting over buying. But at the same time, this is the problem: is I can't choose who gets to be here. I can get Billy Willie, the greatest contractor of human existence, but I can also get Billy Willie's cousin, fuck Hans McMike, and then just, he's a douchebag. So I don't have the choice, now do I? I should get LGR. Alright, let's see here. Oh. You can also kind of tell what enemies are going to have, like, certain procs at this point, too. like, if you see you're immune to fire, it's safe to assume that they're probably gonna be a fire enchanted monster. Okay. Let's go ahead and do Countess, and I think that I'll call it a video. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm not really worried about tree wood. Not right now. Because I don't really have a reason to farm him. At least, this is the problem, is I'll just tempt myself into doing this, and I know it's not worth it because the waypoint's probably too far away. I'd rather do Tristram because it's guaranteed elite packs over just one mob. It's not normal difficulty, and I'm not hurting for gear, so I'm not as worried. But it would be nice if we were older and we didn't have to wait so long. Wouldn't it be nice if we could wake up in the kind of world where we belong? You know, this might shock people, but I have, like, a lot of fucking... I almost said Beastie Boys. I have a lot of Beach Boys CDs. Because I really liked the Beach Boys at one point in time. Not saying I don't need more, but it's... my interest has certainly waned. It's not waxing, I'll say that much. I had a friend once say that the Beach Boys were the most wholesome band ever and they never did anything wrong. And I was like, I don't think you know how the Beach Boys worked. Or that one of them actually died of, like, drug-related issues. That was just... That was wholesome. That was a good moment when I heard that. I was like, no. But if you think so, that's nice. That's cute. Okay, so there's Black Marsh thing, but we need the damn waypoint. That's what we want. Damn it. You'll carry it and you'll like it. Alright. Anyways, I forgot to mention, I did right before I started this difficulty, I did a lower Kurast run and just recycled rings. If you don't know, there's a recipe for 3 rings and then 3 amulets. You'll get 1 amulet if you do 3 rings, and vice versa. I think they have to be magic, they can't be rare. But yeah, I rolled like an entire inventory page of those, and I didn't get anything good. I was trying to get a plus skill, because that's... You can get plus skill. I actually got one. It was a plus summoning necro amulet that I actually kept. I don't think I showed it off in the tab, but I do have it. It's pretty bitchin', not gonna lie. But I don't know, man. It's so bullshit. The only paladin thing I've got is this rust handle, which is nothing spectacular, and it's not gonna last very long. I'm probably gonna have to switch it out for something else inevitably really quickly. There's not much I can do with that. I've just got to get a better scepter eventually, otherwise I'm just gonna be at a severe disadvantage. I could use Siverb's Cudgel, I think, but I don't... Oh shit, that was a dumb idea. I don't really want to do that. I'm gonna take some coffee in. But, yeah. I'm drinking Pike Place Roast with sugar-free coconut creamer. Because I'm fancy as fuck. Ooh, a Ral Rune. That's dope. I am pretty close to getting Soul Rune. Just from up-tiering if I wanted to. But damn, son, where'd you find this? I really need to get a Soul Rune. Because that's all I need to complete that rune word. Now, I'd like a decent, like, item to put it in, but as is, I don't really care. I just need plus skills at this point. Oh, god damn it. I really wish that waypoint was close. I don't want to have to re-roll it. I actually might re-roll it later on, because... Well, if I do it later, that puts me at a disadvantage if I've already got good waypoints anyways, so we'll just have to see. I don't want to have to take forever to get to Countess. It's such a pain in the ass. Ugh. Sons of bitches. I just want an easy one, man. I never get that. But you can see what I mean. I need damage. Like, not necessarily statistical damage. I need a weapon, like, damage, okay? The hole! Alright, we don't need to go on there. That's not for us. Let's go ahead and get some stamina potions, because like I said, at this point we're just going to be running a lot. And I don't want to do that. Did I have anything? Oh no, this is that rune. I think Act 1 is the one you run the most in. I know you run all the time in this game, but still, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm very tired. I always wonder how many people in public think I'm drunk when I'm talking to them. Because I probably sound drunk to most people, and I'm perfectly okay with admitting that. But it's astounding. Like, I remember there's a time my neighbor just walked out, and he was like, "How you doing?" I'm like, you know, work like 30, 10, 50, and fucking what?" And I'm just like, I hope he knows I don't drink. I am the definition of sounds like an alcoholic without actually being one. Tell me you're an alcoholic without showing me you are one. Oh, it's fucking 8 years away. It's nice that we're gonna be able to just cross that bridge and go on our merry way, but that's so far. It's like, no, it's not far. Okay, whatever, I get it, but it's so far. Fucking, can't I just use a plugin to just let me see where it's at and not know how to actually read the map generation? Can you tell I'm being sarcastic? I can't tell if I'm being sarcastic either, so don't feel bad.
This tower shall be cleansed of evil.
Yeah, let's cleanse that shit. Crime is evil is a stain. Damn it. Crime is a shit that needs wiping up. That's one of my favorite Burnt Face Man quotes. Evil is a shit that needs wiping up. Let's not die, because this is a very easy way to get killed. Magic res, no big deal. That's generally, as a melee character, your safest thing. Let's hope I can get at least a soul rune. I don't know how high Countess can start dropping runes to at this point, but it's probably in my best interest to get a soul rune from her. Either off camera or from this run. That would be nice. Because, dude, you want to make sure you're getting plus skills. It's the most important thing, in my opinion, I think it is. It's the most important damn thing for a character build, because... Okay, apparently my computer says it's available for streaming. Fantastic, that's great. I don't care, Steam. I have no idea why it does that. It's because I have, like, 2 computers in this house, and I have, obviously, the new Beast is what I'm using right now. The one I built from scratch, and then I have the Beast 2.0, which is my old laptop. So, every now and then, because I just use that to, like listen to music or whatever, or, like, listen to something to go to sleep. So, it still got Steam on it. Ooh. What could you be, friendo? What do you need? It's always good to see me. I know. That's good for a sorceress. I will say that. That's not bad. Because you can get at least... Well... If you're using a staff, maybe. But if you're using, like, a Jared Stone, it's a way better option. Because if you're wearing a staff is a two-handed item every time. So you can't use a shield. But it is... I've actually used that specific item before on an early... I think it was on my last sorceress on Beef Stick. So... I do know that it's pretty damn worthwhile to get, like, Magic Find. If you're not sure how Magic Find works, I'll explain it like this. So, every character in Diablo 2 has 0 Magic Find by default, right? So, Magic Find is a gear proc mod, whatever you want to call it. Magic Find is a gear mod that usually it's incremented in 20s. Well, it starts out at 20. And I think Amethyst is what you use to socket to get more. But, so let's say I have, like, right now, I think, let's actually do some big boy brain math. I have a 50% Magic Find right now. So, it doesn't mean I have a 50% chance of finding magic. It means I have a higher chance of a drop. Let's say if an enemy drops, let's take a look. See that military axe? Let's say that's not a good example because these are all champs. Shit. This is really dangerous. I should not be doing this. Okay. That was really a bad idea. Okay, let's just take a look at these guys, right? Alright, so... Fucking hell, something needs to drop something. Okay, let's say it's not gold. How about that? Okay, crown, good, perfect. So, if I had, like, 300% magic find, it would increase the chance of that being enchanted, right? With, like, blue gear, or... And here's where it gets different. So, the more magic find you have, the higher chance of it being magic hull. So, at, like, what is it, 75 is the break point, I think? 75, it's either 75 or 80 is when sets and uniques start getting rolled in as a higher value. So the higher the value, the higher chance you have of that drop being increased into a better item, like quality-wise. Gold find works similarly. So if an enemy drops 30 gold, actually let's just say 10 gold. If an enemy drops 10 gold and you have 100% magic find, or sorry, 100% gold find, it would be multiplied by a number, and so it would be like, I don't know, 10 gold instead it would be 200 gold. And so if a drop is like 10,000 gold, okay, like let's say 1,000 gold, it'll be like 10,000 gold, right? So gold find is the same thing, except it's just useless. But I will say this, gold is a useless thing in Diablo 2, but it's incredibly useful. So if you haven't noticed my stash either, you'll notice that a lot of my gold is missing. I generally only use gold for two things. Reviving a follower, and generally just gambling if I'm bored. So, I haven't even explained gambling at all. So every single act has its own unique NPC that will let you gamble. What am I stuck on? Okay, that's not fun. That's really annoying. I've never had that happen. So every NPC in the game has, or sorry, every act has an NPC that lets you gamble, right? So it doesn't matter what act it's in. It's been proven. It doesn't matter what act you're in. Doesn't matter, like, if you go to Act 2 or Act 3. It's the same thing. Gambling is based solely on your character level. So if you're level 5 and you gamble, you're going to get level 5 gear, right? So if you're level 60, you're going to get higher, like, up there gear, right? So gambling is really something you only need to deal with if you have an insane amount of gold. Now, I'm telling you 100% fact, too. There's a lot of misconceptions about gambling in Diablo. So it's... The best way I can put it is gambling is pretty useless. Let's not beat around the bush. Gambling is pretty bad. It does not provide you with the same item potential as... You know what, I'll actually show you that. After we kill Countess, I'll show you how it works. Because I feel like it's something I haven't touched on at all. There's a very common misconception that you cannot receive set or uniques from gambling. That's not true. You can, it's just a very, very, very low chance. It's like 0.1 or something like that. Well, maybe it's not that low, but it's pretty low. But yes, you can totally get uniques, you can totally get all that good shit. I mean, I've done it. It's rare, but I've done it. However, most players don't gamble on just anything, because, you know what, like I said, actually, I'll do it next video. Next video in this session, after I kill Countess and break, I will show you guys how gambling works, because it's pretty important for me, I guess. It's important, because a lot of players don't know what gold is used for in Diablo. Holy shit. Okay. Let's... Okay, let's just move that out here and take this a little bit carefully. Wow. That was pretty scary. I wasn't kidding when I said Nightmare has some pretty heinous monsters. What the fuck? I missed it! Fucking Razan. I hate you. We're not friends anymore. What did she drop?
I've earned the right to this abandoned trove.
Yeah, you did, but where the fuck did she die? I don't see any rune drops. I see arrows. I see plate mail. Did Razan take my runes? Motherfucker. I didn't pick him up. I don't see him. What the fuck? Are they just hidden?
I can't carry anymore.
Okay then, whatever. Fucking Razan. Alright, I'm not missing you after you're gone. That was bullshit.
Stay a while.
Glisten. Alright. So... I'm gonna take a break and then I'll show you guys how gambling works. So, I'll see you in the next one.